Good afternoon, grade 1 students. Today is Friday and it's the end of this week's lesson. So I hope that you're all doing fine. There's a lot of floods going around Cambodia, so I really hope that all of you are safe, your family is safe, and always make sure to get ready when it rains heavily, because we're having a lot of rains right now. So always be safe, everyone. Take care of yourselves, and I hope that you're all safe. Alright, so today we are going to have another lesson, but before we start, let's have a short review of what we learned previously. Okay? Do you still remember our lesson last week? Yes or no? I hope that you still remember our lesson. So last week we learned about this boy and his friend who went to space, and they had a little adventure, and they were planning to go again with their friends. So that was a very adventurous and interesting trip, right? Alright, so we also learned about the question words such as what, where, who, when, why, and how. Most of you didn't understand the homework and you didn't do your homework as well. I told you to make one question for each of these question words and answer them. But what you did, you just copied the questions that I already prepared during our lesson last week. So sad for that, because you were not able to, majority of you didn't get the instructions, which I always repeat and explain to you as simple as I can. Alright, so hopefully this time for our activities, I hope that you will be able to do it and understand the instructions. Alright, so let's have questions. Let's make questions using these question words before we move on to our lesson today. Number 1, what? Okay, let's make simple questions. What is your name? My name is Claire. Okay. Where do you live? I live in Phnom Penh. Yep. Who is your favorite singer? My favorite singer is Shania. Okay. I don't know if you know her, but yeah. Okay, when is your birthday? My birthday is on December 18th. Alright? So this is for person, place, time or date. Why? Why are you teaching in Cambodia? Because I am teaching in Cambodia because I am a teacher and I chose Cambodia. Because it's a nice country too. Okay, number 6. How do you cook rice? Okay, or no? How do you cook egg? Okay, first normally I wash the eggs first and put water into your boiling pot, put the egg, switch on the stove, and boom. Okay, so that's just a simple question. So again, kids, if you have time, please do make and or write questions using these question words, and we'll be checking that. Okay, if you have time, because I still want you to go back and try to do questions or make questions. All right. So moving on, Unit 7. We are still studying Unit 7. It's focused on make-believe stories, and today we are going to read one more story, and that's the story How to Catch a Star. Okay, again, the story about how to catch a star. Do you know how to catch a star? We'll find out, okay? So first, before we start, on page 112 of your book, page 112 of your book, there's an activity that you're supposed to do. However, I decided for us to do it all together, okay? So look at the board. Look at the board. What can you see? What can you see? We can see a star, sun, clouds, rainbow. Oh, I forgot. We can also see moon, right? Okay, sorry. Also birds. Sometimes we see birds, okay? Let's just imagine this is a bird. And plane, okay? Alright, so again, what are these? Star, sun, clouds, rainbow, moon, birds. So these are the things that we normally see up in the sky. And we also see planes, right? Alright, so you can say, I can see a star in the sky. So after we identify and complete the sentence, I want you to write these sentences on your book, okay? So after, you have to write these sentences on your book. Okay, I can see a star in the sky. What else? I can see a sun in the sky. I can see a moon in the sky. I can see a rainbow in the sky. I can see clouds in the sky. I can see birds in the sky. Alright? So what can you see in the sky, everyone? So you can use not your imagination, look. And at the moment, if it's during the day, then you will be able to identify what can you see in the sky. If it's night, then most probably you will see a star and a moon and a plane, right? But if it's during the day, most probably you will be seeing sun, clouds, which are a lot of clouds, rainbow, and birds, right? Okay, so again, what can you see in the sky? So if someone asks you, hey, what can you see in the sky now? Then it's night, okay? Then you can say, I can see a star in the sky right now. Or I can see a star. I can see a star in the sky. Okay, so there you go. Now maybe during our class, I will be asking you to see or look in the sky and tell me what can you see. Alright, so I hope that you will be able to use this sentence. What else? Yep, so that will be our presentation. And later we are going to read a story about how to catch a star. Is it possible? Let's find out. Alright? So again, please write these sentences on your book. So we'll just change this to star. We change it to sun, rainbow, birds, and so on and so forth. Alright? Okay, so again, copyright this on your notebook, and then after that, I will be sending you an activity. Alright? So I'll see you later, everyone. Okay, I'm back. Grade 1 students. I hope that you copied and wrote these sentences that I told you to copy on your notebook. Again, you just have to change the word here. Write it down. So you have to change, you put star. Okay, let's remove this. Star, sun, rainbow, moon, and clouds. Easy. Okay? So I can see a star, I can see sun in the sky, I can rainbow in the sky, I can see a moon in the sky, and I can see clouds in the sky. Okay? So for those who haven't finished writing it, please do this. And it's okay if you don't send me, but I hope that you do it, okay? That is not the activity. Alright, so let's move on to the story, How to Catch a Star. Okay. Alright, so please open your books on page 112 and page 112 so you can follow after me and so you can read after me. Okay? Alright, so let's start. How to Catch a Star. Once there was a boy, and the boy loved stars very much. Every night, the boy watched the stars from his window and wished he had one of his very own. The boy decided he would try to catch a star. He thought that getting up early in the morning would be best, because then the star would be tired from being up in the sky all night. So, the next day, he set out at sunrise, but he could not see a star anywhere. He sat down and waited for one to appear. He waited, and he waited, and ate lunch, and waited, and after dinner, he waited some more. Finally, just before the sun was about to go away, he saw a star. The boy tried to jump up and grab it, but he could not jump high enough. So very carefully, he climbed to the top of the tallest tree he could find. But the star was still way out of reach. He thought he could fly up in his spaceship and just grab the star. But his spaceship had run out of petrol last Tuesday when he flew to the moon. The boy thought he would never catch a star. Just then he noticed something floating in the water. It was the prettiest star he had ever seen, just a baby star. It must have fallen from the sky. He tried to fish the star out with his hands, but he couldn't reach it. Then he had an idea. The star might wash up on the shore. He ran back along the jetty to the beach. Then he waited and walked and watched and waited. And, sure enough, the star washed upon the bright golden sand. The boy had caught a star of his very own. Okay, this is a nice and interesting story. But again, remember kids, we are learning stories that is what we call make-believe stories, which means these are not true. Our authors and writers, they're using their imagination to write these stories. But in reality, we cannot really catch a star, okay? So, but still, this is a very nice story. I hope that you followed through and read through what I'm reading in the story. Now, we are going to have an activity about this, but after watching this video, you have to read it on your own. So, you can go back, watch the video, and read it while watching the video, okay? Follow me. Alright, so I'll see you later everyone, and we can have some activity, and we're going to use the activities on your book so you can maximize using it, right? So I'll see you later for some homework. Alright, well, I'm back kids for your homework, but before I give you your homework, it's just a very simple and easy homework. Let's have a recap, just a wrap up of what we just learned today. So we first reviewed question words that we learned last week, such as what, where, who, when, why, and how. And we also learned today how to answer the question, what can we see in the sky? And you can answer it star in the sky. What can you see in the sky? I can see a rainbow in the sky. What can you see in the sky? I can see clouds in the sky. Alright? And we also read a story about how, the title is How to Catch a Star. Okay, so basically that's what we learned today. And for your homework, you have to do page 74, which is at the back of your book. Okay, so it's easy, everyone. Now, it says here, read this rhyme and answer the question. If you are familiar with Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, you have to read it, and there's a box provided. You have to draw a star and color it, okay? If you don't color it, then you will have lesser score. I will give you lesser score. So you have to draw and color your star. And answer these 3 questions. Which word rhymes with star? Which word rhymes with sky? Write a word that rhymes with like. And sing the rhyme if you can. So, lastly, you have to sing this one. Okay? Alright? So that will be your homework, everyone. I hope that you understood and remember our lesson today. I'll see you again next week. Please do your homework, and thank you for your participation, and thank you for doing all the tasks that I sent you. So, bye.